So we're talking about technology, we're talking about stealing, and then you mentioned AI, and I keep talking about this. I don't know if you're up to date, like in the news with everything that's happening, with the Actors Guild,
I'm hip.
with the writers, and how they're trying to basically have AI replace people's jobs.
Yeah.
And I keep bringing up to Albert, when do you think this is going to hit us? I've been seeing like all over TikTok and even Instagram, people are starting to make like AI versions of like Drake, of Ariana Grande, and you can tell it's not 100% that, but it's very, very
Well, it's
accurate.
gonna get there. It's gonna get there.
And I'm wondering if we're gonna end up, if you think we're gonna end up in like a Black Mirror episode where we don't even we just get rid of the artist, use their likeness, and just make it's a money machine.
Dude, isn't it funny because I saw a meme the other day that was like, I always thought that AI would get rid of the menial jobs so that we can all concentrate on art, not like the fucking opposite, like take over art and make us do the menial work.
Except they tried this. They had a robot and they put it into like manual labor to do the same like so many tasks.
And the robot
It
was
offed
like,
itself.
kill me.
It offed itself.
It literally, there's video and it was like, nope. Like, done.
Refusal. What the fuck? Pay me fairly. You're like, dude, what the? You're a fucking robot. He's like, I have kids. The cost of living is going up, but wages haven't increased. What the hell? Why are the politicians going on 50 to 60 vacations a year? Where's this money coming from? But I hit a pothole on my way to fucking work the other... Sorry. We just took it
So
a
they're
bit too
taking
far.
the artistic jobs.
Yeah.
What do we think that's going to do to the music industry? If we're already saying that music has lost some of its heart, it's becoming like a money machine, especially for the, the big executives. What do we think that AI is going to do to it?
I think at one point there's going to be technology that's going to be implemented where we're going to have fingerprints on our voices, DNA, DNA matching algorithms,
like to prove it is
to prove that it is who it is, because there's already situations where people are using people's voices for voices, deep face, but also people's voices to do advertising, for example. I was just listening to a newscast on this gentleman that did a voiceover 20 years ago, and he had signed a release form for the recording, and they were allowed to use his voice however see fit, his voice of the recording. But now somebody had taken his voice and they were able to AI it and use his voice for another commercial.
So we're just going to use it in perpetuity.
Yes. So now they took his voice, sampled his voice, and now used his voice for a commercial.
And of course, he's not getting paid.
Of course not,
Right.
because now he had signed off. So now we have to be careful on what we're signing off, especially even on social media sites, whether it's Facebook and everything. Nobody's reading the fine print anymore at the bottom.
No,
it's
crazy.
We release all rights to our voice, our pictures. Everybody goes on Facebook and Instagram and just goes, God. I just want to be in. I just want to be in. And they have no idea.
I just want to see thirst traps.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to see, like, kind of, as we get more technologically advanced, I wonder if we're going to see parts of civilization kind of go backwards, where we start to like log off and start to reconnect, make music together.
I hope.
It'll definitely get to the point where it's in to be off.
It's always been like that, right? There's always been a certain sector of people.
There's a certain sector of people.
Counterculture.
Yeah.
Right.
But although I have to say that people in their mobile devices and things, that's just as addictive as any type of addiction that I've ever seen in my life.
If not more.
Well, they've done studies on this.
Yeah.
They said the lighting up of the phone, it's the dopamine hit that you want, and people become addicted to that.
Yeah. I have to admit, there are times where I'm watching a movie and I am distracted by scrolling through my phone while I'm watching a movie.
Maybe because the movie fucking sucks.
No, it's the light. I have to flip my phone over that I can't see the light in the corner of my eye.
Can't see the little messages popping up, and whatnot. There might be a conversation going on in the group chat of the studios, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? And then I start scrolling through. It's just another excuse to go, well, what else is on there? I got a movie going on. That's what's going on right there.
This
it's like
my relaxation.
and as I look to my right, oh, who are you?
Now that I didn't even realize there's someone.
I didn't even realize there's somebody in the room with me. So it gets to the point where you're so distracted,
Right.
that it just there really needs to be a little bit more focus. So if we're talking about music and trying to focus in on where we're finding music, where we're shifting towards music, and actually getting back to artists being able to narrow in on their art and having, better expectations of what can come from their music, and understanding that the love of the music is why you should be doing it. I think just all of these things need to be just like narrowed and focused and a little bit more, stripped down and clear, right?
Maybe we need to have some writers' camps here.
That'd be super fun.
Yes.
Just get together and jam and play.
Absolutely.
Reconnect.
And write music. Because one of the things that gets me really, maybe it's just Montreal, maybe it's everywhere in the goddamn world. I don't like the clickiness that happens with stuff. When it comes to these writers' camps, there's a lot of like, if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. And it's always the same cast of people.
I was going to say, the only ones that I've heard of, it's been like industry.
Yeah, it's always super.
Not necessarily. There's a lot of independent songwriters within Montreal that go to these writers' camps that I've seen, and there's nothing wrong with them. I think that they seek out these opportunities to go out and to do them. And I think a lot of us think for some reason that they should be knocking on our door.
No, you got to go out there.
Well, you got to go out there and you got to be in there. It's like whenever I've gone to a record launch or a CD release or friends of ours that are in town that are playing, I see the similar people, but I have a feeling that they're out there way more than I am.
yeah.
They are. And they're out there schmoozing and talking, and it's the same clique of people. And we have our clique of people at the studios here. And a lot of them, I see all of our clients, but I'm never in the thick of it because I don't go to a lot of CD launches unless it's a record that I've worked on, or if it's friends of ours that are in town or records that we've worked on, for clients. But in general, it's a community, and it's like going to church. Everybody that goes to these events and all of these SoCan Awards and they're all there going to church. Because that's their community.
That's what you got to do.
That's what you got to do. And if you want to be part of that community, well, then you got to go to church.
No one's gonna go and lift you up and be like, "Hey, do you want to be a part of this really cool thing that we're doing?"
I think that's what I mean. I think maybe we need like, what is it? Like bass bin jam sesh.
Yeah. You think?
I think there's enough jam sessions, but I think that there's a good place to be able to do writers camps and to do things like that where we're actually showing them the process. And like I said, the expectations of what you're expecting to come out with, and showing them all the positive sides, but also explaining to them the negative parts of the industry and the reasons why you should be doing it and the reasons why you shouldn't be doing it.